Why, hello there. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, my name is Mr. Dogboat333 and welcome back to Hearts of Iron 4, Kalterkrieg. Now last time we were here together, we started the pacification of Philadelphia, and we're slowly but surely working on integrating it back into the system. We're integrating the refugees, probably... Alright, from my understanding then, it sounds like we might want to go ahead. Let's send the tanks in there. Oh, look at that. Iceland declares independence. Interesting. So we recognize Iceland, so we're cool. Yep, they are in our faction. Actually, they're a puppet of Canada. That's beautiful. Get fucked, Denmark. Close at 10 p.m. Then we should get final exit poll, which would be a good idea of what the results would be. Not get. Yeah, of course. You can go ahead and secure New Jersey as well, so we'll go ahead and do that. Uh-oh. Should trade some factories for oil so we can ameliorate the highly negative effects of a fuel shortage. It'll take about 7 days after this ongoing mission cancels. Interesting. Okay, so we have a fuel crisis we have to worry about. So we gotta trade for oil, I'm guessing. Let's keep it in the Americas. We got an agreement for the Olympics. Summer Olympics in Berlin, Winter Olympics in Montreal. Interesting. News in New York City as the ruling party there suffered an unfortunate setback in their policy goals. While quite common in politics, the ruling party's popularity is certainly taking in the polls. Although the ruling party is expected to make a political comeback. Only time will tell if this will affect the ongoing election. Interesting. Well, the progressives are ahead already. We have LaGuardia in charge over there currently. 75 potential slots. Jesus. I'm an honest. I will not equivocate. I will not excuse. I will not retreat a single inch. I don't know why there's a question mark there. Those are issues of, those are the words of abolitionist William Lloyd Garrison, printed in the first issue of The Liberator over a century ago. Garrison was from Newburyport in Massachusetts, and The Liberator was published in Boston. He uses only one link in a long, winding chain. Ever since the days of Bunker Hill and Sam Adams, New England has been home to America's radicals, abolitionists, and activists of all stripes. This is expected to not change with the coming of the 20th century and the passing of another civil war. It's true or never, in fact, in a time where civil rights, discrimination, and equality have been pushed to the forefront and laid bare to the average American through years of struggle and experiment popular revolution. From Augusta to Philadelphia and everywhere in between. Oh, this is already we already read this in the effect. Over here. But hey, at least we're not the longest. They put an airport in charge of New York based. True. Danubia has the A-bomb. Oh, man. What are they going to do next? And then a Serbian guy dies. These guys want non-aggression pacts with us. I'll go with that. Norway's syndicalist. And they have Entente political ties. That's interesting. Integrate the refugees. Alright, let's finish up the pacification. The fuck did Austria get the bomb? I'm gonna guess their collaboration with Germany, maybe. I'm not sure. Our military may have controlled New York City and Philadelphia, but the riots and protests in the streets show our government does not. We must bring these rioters to heel. We can never hope to rebuild these states. Norway literally betrayed the revolution. They really did. I can't believe this. I thought I traded factories for oil. Am I missing something here? Trade some for some more oil. Get the factories going. We're massively behind on steel. My God, we'll trade with the Republic. Get that caught up. And we'll have to ease off there. A new poll has concluded that the opposition party has more support than originally expected in New Hampshire. The poll is yet to determine whether this is due to growing unpopularity of the ruling party or the new policies of the opposition. Either way, the balance of new power in New Hampshire is changing. Interesting indeed. Alright, so Economist New England recently published a report that details how the American economy is doing. The report has detailed some rather important factors that we will take into consideration when making decisions in the future. Okay. Marseille's announced her government. Interesting. Alright, what do we got here? A new discussion is starting to rise among the nations of the Entente. With homelands now mostly reclaimed, many are starting to wonder about the future of its alliance. Since it serves its purpose, should its members still really be required to fight alongside each other? Many important leaders agree, from the President of New England to the Prime Minister of Canada to many high-ranking French ministers, the Entente serves its purpose. However, they're not calling for an end of the Entente, but a renovation into an alliance for a new age, an accord of nations which will pledge to defend liberty and each other. No longer will the free nations of the world rely on a pact of early 20th century. An accord will defend them. A proposal that deserves more attention. Are we still the Entente right now? We are. But I believe the name's going to change eventually. We got free dockyards. What is it that they wanted us to do? Finish up carrier ships. Okay. Labor wins in Australasia. Something going on in China. Logistics. Okay, I need to check this out real quick to try to understand it. So each civilian factory requires a base of 16 fuel per day, right? I mean 1.1k, 2k gallons. So we need to trade some more, it seems. I think that's how that works. I'm not sure though. We'll adjust that and then we'll see how it works from there. Even as the dust settles from the recent Civil War, America reels from not only the specter of cynicalism but the skeletons from its first Civil War. Even as the borders have settled into liberal and longest ideologies across them debate the merits of liberty over security, all Americans are faced with an inconvenient truth: systemic racism and discrimination against African American communities, from Boston to San Francisco and Detroit to New Orleans. inequality and discrimination are becoming an unavoidable subject of debate. To combat these issues, several African American organizations and labor movements have come out to form the Civil Rights Congress out of Harlem. Heavily influenced by leftists, they are founding chapters in Philadelphia and other major urban centers. The CRC aims to provide legal and social support to discriminated people to defend civil liberties. Their connections to former radical groups have earned them the ire of many conservatives across the nation, however. Still, an endorsement from Representative Ann Clayton has given them a modicum of legitimacy in the Northeast, at least. These things are like rats. So I like that the AUSPSA isn't just at state borders. It appears to be an actual front line, like a Korean dot. Yeah, that's actually a really cool little tidbit. Didn't even think about that. Oh. There we go. No more fuel shortage. Let's remember, or reimburse the victims of pillaging, rather. During the end of the Second American Civil War, the syndicalists engaged in a policy of scorched earth tactics that pillaged the Mid-Atlantic region. This decision by the Reds has devastated the entire region, has left our citizens in deprivation. It's up to our administration to help the victims of syndicalism reclaim their property. Here we go. This is the HMCS Edward VIII, HMCS Valiant, and HMCS Warrior finished construction. The Royal Canadian Navy sent fresh carrier crews south to take control of 3 ships. Alright, because they're almost done, okay? Extra manpower is nice. Okay, the Vermont government just wrapped up a major piece of legislation. It's been working on it for quite some time. So far, signed legislation met a positive response from the state population. While not popular with everyone, seems the Vermont government will be able to celebrate their victory for a few months. Interesting. Let's deal with the Great Lakes government. I believe the deal with the Great Lakes government is that Canada pushed in here and occupied these bits from the CSA. They can't give it to New England. I think it was originally, but they had to rework that for reasons, I guess. But you can get... There is still some Cindy legacy. Namely the DSP, which has a Dennisist path. And a Hallist faction. Yes, that all. I suppose where situation forms, the geopolitical realignment is taking shape. Where there were once syndicalist powers in Europe, free democracies have once again taken their place. However, the German Empire, former ally in the war, is also trying to reassert its hegemony over the world. It's a necessity that all free countries oppose German dominance in an effort to preserve a fair world for all. Thus, voices proposing the need for an accord to unite the free democratic countries of the world are getting louder. We prevented the syndicalist attempt at world hegemony, and we must prevent the German attempt as well. The new world is beginning to fall. That hole. Oh no. Yep. That hole indeed. Try our best to get compliance going here. Got construction going at least. Let's get some excavation. Get a hit in New Hampshire. Unfortunate. Reimbursing the victims of pillaging. Next, let's go ahead and celebrate the Old Guard. After the collapse of the Federalist forces, many of the former officers came to New England to prevent the rise of the Union state. During our southern push, the aid of formerly Federalist officers was vital for our inexperienced army. It is time that our government recognized the work that the former Federalists did for New England's time of need. this the only focus trip we can do right now? It looks like it, so... I got more free dockyards. Cannot deploy insufficient manpower. And that'll do it. Alright, so future work is needed. Ruling party in upstate New York. That's not fun. What do I want to work on next? Working on the M24. Some new tank technology. Surely can't hurt. Future equipment. Let's get these guys. Celebrate the old guard. There we go. Now let's go ahead and start removing syndicalist remnants. It's long due that our government stamps out the Red Menace once and for all in New England. Destroying last holdouts of syndicalist resistance must be one of the government's top priorities if we plan on keeping our democratic way of life. Lose a little bit of political power, but let's get some extra compliance. How's that coming along? It's going okay, actually. Can modify our government. Ooh, interesting. I think we gotta get up our conscription because these carriers aren't deploying. Otherwise. Ooh, Bell Labs. Bell Labs has announced the invention of the phototransistor, a device that can detect light pulses and convert them into digital electrical signals. Created by team scientists led by Dr. John Shive, the phototransistor is still in the experimental stages at this time. Despite this, Bell Labs remains confident in the importance and success of their latest invention. The new device has already demonstrated many advantages over existing light cells, which tend to be larger, slower to respond, and not as sensitive. A patent for the phototransistor is expected to be filed in the near future after more refinements are made to the design. Let there be light. A new restaurant located in the Boston suburb of Quincy is taking the city by storm. Despite having only been open for the last 2 weeks, Open Kettle has become an essential stop for many of the city's morning commuters. The restaurant owner, Bill Rosenberg, credits his previous experience selling food in factories and construction sites for Open Kettle's menu and success. Coffee and donuts were always the first things that I would run out of when I visited his site. Guys couldn't get enough of them. They'd always complain that I didn't bring enough. That's how I got the idea for Open Kettle. If everyone just wants donuts and coffee, then I'll get them coffee and donuts. One baker's dozen, please. Dunkin' Donuts. The picture said Dunkin' Donuts. I'm wondering if that's I'm wondering if that is the prelude to Dunkin'. Upstate New York, popularity. News outlets nationwide have been parroting the latest news from Pennsylvania nonstop, following the promotion of 8 black workers of Philadelphia Transport Company to machinists and conductors in the city's transport system. Thousands of white workers under the Philadelphia Rapid Transit Employees Union have declared a strike, paralyzing the city's industry. While the PTC claims these promotions were a necessity due to post-war labor shortages and new government anti-discrimination regulations, the PRTEU started the strikes due to the fact that they supposedly violated a contracting clause in the union's contract with the company. While the implications for New England's government are severe, both economically due to Philadelphia's importance as an industrial center, and politically due to the already existing tensions with unions and other radicals in the occupied states, it has already become the most charged event in the young nation's history of civil rights. Everyone from the NAACP to the CRC, from conservative Democrats and law and order activists to progressives and rival labor unions, have jumped on the bandwagon to promote their different agendas, and the government has been caught in the crossfire of a strike that has shown the cracks in supposedly integrated New Englander society. The one time when sitting in strike busters is justified. True. Wasn't labor all-inclusive? Montgomery plan. Okay. Novel plan indeed. Free dockyards. Finish up these guys. And get those guys figured out. After several days of different officers from the PTC, PRTEU, NAACP, CRC, and many of our acronymic organizations, negotiations have stalled, and Philadelphia is still at an impasse. The city's critical industry won't last much longer in a state of standstill. While the population is calm and generally against the strike, tensions continue to grow if the wrong actions, or none at all, are taken, which could prove catastrophic in the long run. One possible solution has become apparent to the cabinet, though, sending in the National Guard to put the city's transport and the industry back on track under the powers of various wartime acts. However, this would mean caving into the demands of the NAACP, and even worse for CRC, sending a message to the public that the government is willing to take a harder stance on civil rights. Not sending the National Guard in would result in no compromise in promises from the government, but could seem weak to the public, though, and embolden the radicals already embedded in the situation. Back from Google, and yes, that exact location on Quincy Street was the first Dunkin' Donuts. I thought it was. Listen, we're sending the Guard. Laws are laws, like it or not. Oh, look, Scranton. All we have to do is retake Delaware now, and we'll have a true Bidenist thing going. Anyhow, I'm going to go and leave it there. Thanks always for watching, though, gang. Like if you liked, dislike if you didn't, leave any comments, feedback down in the comment section below. I read all comments to get, and I appreciate any feedback you might have for me. Check out my various links down in the description box below. Leave any comments, feedback down in the comment section below as well. Hit the sub button, notification bell, keep up to date with these uploads as they come out. And yeah, that's going to be it for now, my friends. I thank you all for watching. My name has been Mr. Dogbot333, and I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.